This sounds like a setup for a joke of some sort, but what do a Christian podcaster, a sports podcaster, and a movie review podcaster all have in common? They all work on the same source material. Christian podcasters are using the Bible. Sports podcasters are talking about the game last Thursday that we all saw, and the movie reviewer is talking about the same superhero movie. So, how do you make your show different? And one way to do that is to tell personal stories that help illustrate the point you're trying to make. Not just stories for the sake of stories. Hey, today we're going to talk about AI, but first, let me tell you how my cat destroyed my couch. No. But if you can tell a story to help illustrate a point, and if you need help with stories, the blurry book behind me is called Storyworthy by Matthew Dix. I'll put a link under the video for it. It's an amazing book on how to tell a story. So yes, stories can help make your show unique. Obviously, your personality will help make the show unique. You either like Dave Jackson or you don't. But there are other things you might look into. If everyone else is doing a 3-hour show, maybe you should do one that's 20 minutes or 10 minutes or 5. Maybe other people are doing interview shows. Maybe yours is solo. Maybe yours is NPR, kind of narrative style. There are all sorts of different things you can do to make your show unique. But one of the things I see is, and I'm not picking on these shows, but it's so-and-so and so-and-so talk about blank so you can feel motivated, engaged, empowered, whatever it is. And look, sometimes we need a little motivation. But when I read the description, I'm like, ooh, is this talking about this podcast or this one or this one? Because it sounds identical to many other shows. And that's where I'm not saying this is easy, but maybe you should think about trying to do something that only you do, or you only do in this particular way. A great example, if you look at the news, here in the United States, we have at least 4 channels that are covering the exact same stories. Now, some of them lean a little right, some of them lean a little left. Some of them are like, hey, that guy's cute. And other ones are like, man, she's got great legs. Whatever the reason is that you are starting your podcast, you can stand out. But what's funny is a lot of people started getting their news from The Daily Show. Why? Because it was a news show with humor. And they went, the news is kind of depressing. If these people can make me laugh, I'm going to tune in there. Same thing with Last Week Tonight on HBO. It's a news show that actually makes you think and it makes you laugh. Sometimes it makes you cry, but that makes it really unique. And if you want to stand out, you have to do something different than nobody else is. And again, with 4 million podcasters, it's hard to do something that's actually 100% unique. But that doesn't mean, just because it's hard, it doesn't mean we shouldn't at least contemplate it and try to do something that's going to help us stand out. Because if we want to stand out, we have to, stand out. If you need help with this, check me out at schoolofpodcasting.com. Depending on when you're watching this, starting August 19th, 2026, we are starting weekly classes on growing your show. This is a cohort live class, and yes, it's going to be recorded, and we're going to be going over step-by-step strategies to help you grow your show. And it's also going to start off with some feedback, because so many shows are like, my show isn't growing, and you're like, oh, well, what did your audience survey say? I didn't do one. Okay, did you get any feedback before you launched? What do you mean? Yeah, you should have got feedback before you launched. Doesn't mean you can't do that now, but that's all starting August 29th. Thanks so much for watching.